Hello. Today, or rather last night, a strange thing happened. I had no idea it was going to happen, but I found out this morning when I looked out my window. I looked outside and I saw snow on the ground. I was so surprised. I couldn't believe that it had snowed. But it was kind of fun, right? Went out and explored in the snow. I came to school and I shoveled and shoveled some more. And it was very wet snow, which made it heavy. It was melting fast into slush and ice, and then right into water. So as I was shoveling the snow, I was also shoveling water. Have you ever tried to shovel water? It's an interesting experience. It gets you very wet. Yeah. A few weeks ago, though, something happened. We are no longer in winter. Did you know that? Even though it snowed last night, we are actually in a new season, in the season of spring. Yeah, that time when it gets warmer, usually, and when the sun comes out more and for longer. It's sunnier further into the evening, and it comes up earlier in the morning. Yeah, that's springtime. And other things start to happen too, right? Because the plants like more sunshine, and they like it when it's warmer. So what do the plants do? They start to burst with leaves and with flowers. So if you go on a walk or maybe go explore in your backyard, you could see something very interesting happening right now for just a few days because it happens very fast. So you've got to go look for it pretty soon. If you go look on some branches of a bush, of a tree, anywhere nearby, look on the branch and you're going to discover a tiny little nub. And it might be purple or red or brown or green, or not really any color yet, or any color that has a name. But see if you can look at the cracks of that little nub on the branch. See if you can find a color in there that's going to burst out. Do you know what's going to come out of those nubs? They're called buds. Yeah, those buds are going to give way to flowers and to leaves, to big green leaves. Well, they'll start out small, and then they'll grow bigger and bigger as they catch more sun. But I wanted to share with you a story not about springtime, but about snow and the fun things to do in the snow while it's still here. Although it's mostly melted, some of you might live in a part of town where the snow doesn't melt as fast. I know where I am right now, it's all gone from the backyard, but you might still have some to play in. I'm going to read from our book, Frog and Toad by Arnold Lobel. And you remember the story called Down the Hill? And I'm going to do something interesting today. I'm going to walk around behind the computer so I can hold the book up for you to see at the same time that I'm reading it. Let's try it this way and see if that works. Yeah? Okay, here I go. You can see the classroom too as I walk away. Now I'm behind the computer. You can hear me, but where am I? There's the classroom. I wonder what you see. I wonder what you spotted first. Yeah, doesn't it look nice? All right, here is the story, Frog and Toad. Down the hill. Frog knocked at Toad's door. "Toad, wake up," he cried. "Come out and see how wonderful the winter is." "I will not," said Toad. "I'm in my warm bed." "Winter is beautiful," said Frog. "Come out and have fun." "Bah," said Toad. "I do not have any winter clothes." Frog came into the house. "I've brought you some things to wear," he said. Frog pushed a coat down over the top of Toad. Frog pulled snow pants up over the bottom of Toad. He put a hat and scarf on Toad's head. "Help!" cried Toad. "My friend is smothering me." "I'm only getting you ready for winter," said Frog. Frog and Toad went outside. They tramped through the snow. "We will ride down this big hill on my sled," said Frog. "Not me," said Toad. "Do not be afraid," said Frog. "I will be with you on the sled. It will be a fine, fast ride. Toad, you sit in front. I will sit right behind you." The sled began to move down the hill. "Here we go," said Frog. There was a bump. Frog fell off the sled. Toad rushed past trees and rocks. "Frog, I'm glad that you are here," said Toad. Toad leaped over a snowbank. "I could not steer the sled without you, Frog," he said. "You are right. Winter is fun." A crow flew nearby. "Hello, Crow!" shouted Toad. "Look at Frog and me. We can ride a sled better than anybody in the world." "But Toad," said the crow, "you are alone on the sled." Toad looked around. He saw that Frog was not there. "I'm all alone!" screamed Toad. Bang! The sled hit a tree. Thud! The sled hit a rock. Plop! The sled dived into the snow. Frog came running down the hill. He pulled Toad out of the snow. "I saw everything," said Frog. "You did very well by yourself." "I did not," said Toad. "But there is one thing I can do all by myself." "What is that?" asked Frog. "I can go home," said Toad. "Winter may be beautiful, but bed is much better." Hi, sorry I bumped the camera. Did you see it wobble? Yeah, that was me. That was my hands. Snow came, and it lay over all the ground in Missoula, all over our town, and now it's melted, or just about, right? Do you know that the plants actually really liked that? Because they got a lot of water out of it. And if it gets warm again soon, we're going to see a lot of plants growing and blossoming in our neighborhoods. Won't that be fun to see all the spring flowers coming out? Some of them are already here. Some of you have flowers in your backyard or along the street where you live. Yeah, so nice to see them. I like to stop and smell them too and find out what they smell like. One of the first flowers that we often see is considered a weed by most people, although some really love it. And it can make a nice tea if you know how. Yeah? It's called the dandelion. Yeah, we have dandelions that like to grow in our schoolyard. It's a fun plant. I know a lot of people like to pick the dandelion flowers. And that tends to be okay with other people, right? Because dandelions are weeds. But we would not pick a flower growing in someone's garden, right? Not unless it was our own. Yeah. I have a song to share with you about dandelions. It's a fun song. I don't know if it has a name. I just call it the Dandelion Song. It goes like this. Dandy, 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 dandelion. There's something pretty dandy about you. Dandy, 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 dandelion. I wish that there were more of you. Well, flowers growing green and pink and red, and they sleep all day in their little flower beds. But the little dandelion grows wild and free, with her uncles and her cousins and her whole family. Dandy, 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 dandelion. There's something pretty dandy about you. Dandy, 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 dandelion. I wish that there were more of you. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful rest of your day.